If one of the requirements, as Daryl was talking, that there's these management positions that are kind of in the middle of being a division director and being on the trio. And those positions are nice because it kind of helps you get your feet wet in regards to what happens in a little bit more detail, what happens in the district itself. So if you're thinking, well, I'm not a secretary. I don't know what even logistics looks like in the district. I don't know if I want to, I can't balance my own checkbook. I don't know if I want to balance the entire district or anything like that. There are a lot of opportunities for you to jump in. Keith is our current program manager, program, oh, public relations manager, sorry. And so that has a lot to do with just social media, getting the word out, making sure that everything's correctly branded with the right colors and so forth. You'll see in his background, he has our logo up there and he's branded with it quite well. That was funny. So he is responsible for that. And the thing is about Toastmasters, even if it's at a club officer role area, division, you learn as you go and there is support there for you. So if you don't know something, all you got to do is ask, and we will be more than happy to do that. The administrative manager is kind of the secretary. So if you've been a secretary of a club and you love doing that, that role is what the administrative manager does. And that person works very closely with the district director. I know that Jacqueline relies on AJ Heron, who's our current one, to fill in and do a lot of the stuff for her. She talks to her quite a bit. Jacqueline tells me, oh, I got a meeting with AJ, and so forth. My person who works with me is the logistics manager. And she's the one that helps me get all the details and everything right. And this year, I got to tell you, man, I've got the best of the best. I don't know what all you past district directors had, but I got to tell you, my logistics manager is the best. Ann Hill, and she helps me organize everything. She's so smart when it comes to Zoom. So thank God on that. She works in that position and knows all the information in regards to what needs to be done in regards to stuff and starts to organize everything. So she does my Zoom meetings and keeps my calendar straight and keeps, oh, wait a minute, we need this to be added or we need that. And she just has a lot of great ideas and a lot of information. She's also very experienced in Toastmasters, so she knows a lot about what's going on. And the other thing I love about her too is that right now she's balancing two districts. So we get kind of input from both districts, which I really, really appreciate. The other manager is our finance manager. And that person basically works with the district director and the trio and says, this is what our budget is. This is how much needs to go there. And they organize, and they're kind of the middleman between what needs to be done, talking to the world headquarters about what needs to be done and organizing it. So what that person does, and it doesn't mean you have to know how to add, you can take your shoes off and count with your toes, but they will go ahead and look at what the budget is, and they just want to make sure everything is in order before we send it to world headquarters. They're kind of the talking person between what needs to be happen and what needs to be done and what the district wants to do. And I know Jacqueline again has relied on our current finance manager, which is Tom Mars. So those positions, the finance manager, the public relations manager, administrative manager, and logistic manager, those are positions that you don't get district credit for, but it's an excellent way to step in and find out all the stuff that kind of goes in the background. March is making a face. What?
I'm
Go ahead.
going to interrupt you there. You actually do receive credit
Oh,
for a finance manager, an administration manager, and a public relations manager. You do not receive credit for being the logistics manager.
okay. See, told you guys. That's why Jacqueline's here. Jacqueline, do you want to talk a little bit about club growth? Just so I'm not talking so much, because I know that Jacqueline loves when I do this to her.
I wasn't really on the schedule I wasn't really slated to speak, but if I don't know what I should be saying, so I can speak a little bit about the trio club growth. So the club growth director, if you really want to try your hand at leadership, that is the role that you should take on. That is the club growth director. We have two prongs to our district mission. You all know the district mission. We build new clubs and we support all clubs in achieving excellence. And the club growth director has a large portion of that in terms of growing clubs in the district, which has been excruciatingly difficult right now. But the club growth director also has the other component of retaining the clubs that we already have. So those are two huge responsibilities of the club growth director. Now, I could tell you, I'm not really one for sugarcoating, and I don't really lie to people. So you will hear this from me because I've been a club growth director before, and you'll hear it during training. The club growth director has 2/3 of the work in the district, and that is absolutely 100% the truth. And you must have a team of people to help you. So I don't know what more I need to say about that. I don't know if you want me to talk.
Well, I think the other part that you talked about was the team, right? Last year I was club growth and I had an excellent team work with me, and that's really the key. So when you're a division director, you start to get people to work with you, your area directors to work with you, and you kind of get your feet telling them kind of what to do. Um, and then when you are in the club growth, you get that opportunity again. You get the opportunity to gather people around you that you've worked with before and that understand what needs to be done. And you can even encourage them to get people to work with them, because handling 2/3 of responsibility or kind of growth and retain is a really big responsibility. But you have the support of the trio. The person in front of you has done it before. And you know how to do it. We have other people that are like, well, I really want to help, but I don't want the responsibility. We are always welcome to those people as well. You can be a chair, you can hold a chair position and go ahead and help and do that. We are looking for club growth people this next year to run and to get your face out there. If you are interested, please reach out to me, or Jacqueline, and find out, hey, what else, what are some other details so we can get more specific in what needs to be done. The next position is program quality director, which is me. And that is, I mean, Marcia said it really well. That's kind of the VP of Ed, but it's at a much bigger scale. And it's also kind of the entertainment person. So besides marketing, yeah, well, not marketing, but more of the making sure that we get the training we need, but also organizing the events that we have that are coming up, trying to make them fun. I get to work with Keith as the public relations and get to get the word out. Like, Keith, what's going to be the best way to get the word out? And what's going to happen and how can we do it? And so we do all work as a team. None of it is just one person. And I know Jacqueline and I this year have really kept saying, it's not just me, it's not just me, it's all of us, it's all of us, it's all of us, because that's how it kind of works. I thought I had an hour to talk, Keith. You guys left me an hour. So then, so then, so that has been really exciting because with the COVID thing coming on, I was super excited. I got all these new ways. Now I got Zoom. Now I can reach everybody. Now I don't have to depend on who comes to the event physically. Everybody gets to hear me. I know that's not a plus sometimes, but everybody gets to hear me. And that's what I got it as an opportunity to grow and to expand. I have learned a lot about Zoom. I have a lot more to learn. I don't know if anybody here can raise their hand and say, I know everything about Zoom. And, yeah, Keith's probably close. Yeah, Keith, you don't count. So, there's a lot to learn. The last position, I'm definitely going to let Jacqueline talk about. I'm stepping into that role next year. And I got to tell you, it's a big mama job, but if anybody can be nice and tell people what to do, it's me. But Jacqueline has been she's the nice mom. I'm the mean mom. But Jacqueline, please go ahead and share.
So as a point of clarification, and because I am the district director, and the point of clarification, because we have not had an election yet, we just cannot
That's
definitively
true.
say we're stepping into any position without there being the vote of the district council. So, and that will not occur until May. Now, that being said, as this district goes, generally when you enter into the trio, you go in sequence, but we cannot leave out the obligatory step of having the district leadership committee, which I thought Mike Akins, our immediate past district director, would be on. He is spearheading that committee, and he is getting those that information together for nominations and the like. So there is a process. There is no automatic, you are just in this position. So as you can tell, the district director is the person who must be familiar with the governing documents, because that is part of the governing documents, also the day-to-day operations of the district, basically keeping it all together, the fiduciary responsibility of the district. And whew, Marsha and Daryl and Nancy, I'm mad at you guys that you guys didn't give me fair warning about the human resources of the district. My goodness alive. Influencing volunteers, that is probably the most difficult part of being the district director, and reminding people gently, well, no, it's not a paid position, but you did sign up for this role. And there is a manner in which you can say that, and encouraging people to keep the main thing, as Marsha would say, the future is bright. But let's just keep the main thing, focusing on the district mission. I hit the high level for what the district director does on a daily basis, but I see the yellow light. And if anyone knows me as district director, some of you are on the district team this year, you know, and some of you are in a club with me, you know, at 7 o'clock, I start the meeting, and at 8 o'clock, the meeting is done. And therefore I see the yellow card and I am done. Thank you.
So I go to the red. Thank you, Jacqueline, for sharing that. I appreciate it. You're right. I should not assume that I'm automatically going to be the district director next year. I do need your vote, and I will be reaching out and doing all that. So that'll be exciting to get your vote and find out if you still want me in and want to continue to move. I want to encourage you guys just to really, if you have a passion for leadership, please, that means I got 30 seconds. Please, please really reach out to find out more information. We can cover as much as we can, but sometimes you have personal questions that you want to know. By all means, please reach out to us. I do see a lot of great faces on here. I do recognize a lot of the names. And I do want to just encourage you guys to please reach out, find out what's going on. And if I can do it, anybody can do it.